wonder how much of that was a directive, from Kieran and maybe Marius, where we're just like, let's try and win without showing as much as we can. And how much do you think was a balance of we probably have been practicing a particular structure, a particular style of play in preparation for the World Cup, and then we had to revert to a point where we're trying to show nothing, and that's where we made the sort of skills-based mistakes. Do you think there's a balance of that? Or am I giving too much credit, do you think?
As a coach, obviously, I'd have to be in Kieran's brain to know this. But as a coach, I look at the development from the Six Nations, from the first game of the Six Nations, where all of a sudden we'll play everything. Like, I remember trying to exit their 22s by hand, and I was like, boys, calm down, just quicker. But when you look at the way they went from there to what they're doing now, so they play off an edge. They're very, very deadly of, two decision makers. They play behind. They got hard runners. If you look at a full strength team, you put Negri in one team, returning one pod, returning another pod. You already got two battering rams in two rails of the field, so just outside of the post. You then got fast boys around them like Pozzo, like Alan, like Busy, like Monty coming off his wing, and all of a sudden you start looking deadly. When you look at that development from the Six Nation, they were just almost going through the motion. It was almost like they were told, right, we need to hit 20 times playing the second wave of attack and 20 times playing the first wave of attack. When you look at Romania, for example, or not so much the previous game, but I think even with
the first one against Scotland too, maybe.
Yeah, actually, a little bit more. But if you look at, I think going into Japan, the boys will play the same system, but they'll have a lot more option to play with. So in terms of, you'll see them pick different people off different part of the field, and that obviously that's what we spoke about earlier, is that getting in shape to be able to get out of shape. It's
absolutely
it's framework for freedom. If as a ball carrier, I know I've got an outside and inside, a pull back and potentially a skip. I know all my options are, or a carry. I know all my options are on, and all I have to do is, if I make a poor decision, run it hard. So make sure that if I do give a tip, that tip knows and he's just running it hard, he's always expecting it. But if I do go around because I've seen space out wide, that's always on. So I like to see, I really enjoyed seeing the development of this young team that hasn't, I know Otto uploads, the team sheets and how consistent we are with our position. Apart from the spine of the team, we have been quite choppy. We have been changing, and the system has still worked decently well. So I've got good hopes. Obviously, I'm Italian. I got high hopes for these boys.